Nothing says back to school quite like the iconic apple. We've done a few different apples, apple-themed projects, apple appliques here on the channel before, but I feel like this one has a definite sort of fallish Macintosh feel to it. I love apples. They come in a lot of different colors, so of course you can make your apple any color you like, but it's definitely a scrap project, and this little applique takes less than 10 yards of yarn. So grab your yarn, grab your favorite hook, and we'll get started. For this little apple applique, I'm using a 4mm hook, also known as a G or a 6. I've got a pair of scissors, a yarn needle. I'll be making my apple in red. I only need around 10 yards or less of a nice size 4 medium weight yarn. I'm using acrylic for this. And a tiny little bit of green for the leaf and a smidgen of brown for the stem. Once you've got all that together, we can get started. We're going to take our red or apple color, make a cinch circle, chain 1 to secure the circle, and we're going to work 12 stitches into our ring for row 1. We're going to begin with a single crochet. Remember, all stitches are worked over top of the short tail so you can cinch it shut later on. 5 double crochet, and we're going to repeat that all over again. Single crochet and 5 double crochet. Again, make sure you are working all of those stitches over top of your short tail. This will let us cinch the whole thing shut when we're done. All right, you should have a single crochet, 5 double crochets, another single crochet, 5 more double crochets. Cinch the whole thing shut nice and tight. Find that first single crochet you made and you can join with a slip stitch to it. That is row 1. It is 12 stitches and you should have something that looks like kind of a little squished, almost like a little bit of a pumpkin shape. It's squished in the top and the bottom and it kind of oozes out on either side. You can leave your short tail out to the back and weave it in later, or you can work over top of it for row 2. Chain 1 to begin row 2 and single crochet in the same place as that single crochet that you just joined row 1. Into each of the next 5 double crochets from the previous row, you're going to work 2 half double crochets in each stitch. So 2 half double crochets in each of those 5 double crochets from the previous row. Into the single crochet, this little guy right here from the previous row, you're going to single crochet. And now out the other side, you've got 5 more double crochets. You're going to work 2 half double crochets into each of those 5 stitches all the way back up to the top. When you've reached the top, you can find that first single crochet you began the row with and join with a slip stitch to it. And you'll have kind of evened out a little bit of that bubbly effect, but you've still got more of a sort of a squished circle. You've got a little divot up here, you have a little bit of a divot down the bottom, but more importantly, it kind of squishes out on either side, much like a ripe Macintosh apple does. And that's row 2. You should have 22 stitches altogether. For row 3 and our final row, we're just going to kind of continue to create this apple-ish shaping. We're going to chain 1 single crochet in the same place that we joined. And over the next 10 stitches, we're going to work a little sort of minor increasing pattern because we want to just keep that roundedness going. We're going to work 2 double crochet into the next stitch. And double crochet once into the stitch after that. So you're going to repeat that little pattern of 2 double crochet into the next stitch, double crochet once into the stitch after that, 3 more times, and that'll bring you right down to the bottom. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. When you get down to the bottom stitch, this is a single crochet from the previous row. It might be kind of hard to see, but if you've counted it up, you started with a single crochet and you should have 15 double crochet stitches now. Into the stitch which will be directly beneath or below the middle top, you're just going to slip stitch. We want to make this a nice sort of defined kind of curve at the bottom. So nice tight slip stitch. You'll have 10 stitches left. You're going to do that same repeat now of 2 double crochet into the next stitch, 1 double crochet into the stitch after that. 2 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 1 double crochet. You're going to do that 5 times in total. You'll have 15 stitches by the time you get right back up to that single crochet you began the whole row with. So 2 double crochet into the next stitch, double crochet into the stitch after that. That's your little repeater. Do that 4 more times and you'll be back up to the top. Once you're back up to the top, find the first single crochet you made and just slip stitch in it to join. That will curve that edge down into a little bit of a divot. And what you should have is, well, something that looks a lot like an apple. It should sort of squeeze in at the top and the bottom and squish out on either side. It's a nice chubby little apple. That's it. You're going to want a nice long tail of red or your apple color left so that you can stitch this down if you're using it as an applique. If you're not using it as an applique, you can fasten off, not necessarily leave a giant tail. I like to make sure that the yarn tail I cut can wrap around my applique at least 3 times. And that way I know I should have enough to be able to sew it down. Fasten off. Now all we want to do is add a little stem and a little bit of an apple leaf, and that will really give it that apple applique look. Let's put on a little stem. We're going to take our brown yarn, make a slip knot, pick up your apple applique, and right where you fastened off, if you pull up on that sort of yarn there, you should see a little bit of a space. Slip your hook in right underneath that space or right underneath that last stitch. Join with a slip stitch, and you need very, very little yarn for this. Chain 3. Skip the first chain from the hook, slip stitch into the second chain from the hook, into the first chain you made, slip stitch back into the same place where you joined your yarn. There's a little stem for you. Fasten off. If you want, you can knot those 2 ends together, weave them in if you like, but if you're using it as an applique, you can literally just leave them out on the back because they will be hidden when you stitch down your apple. So I'm not even going to bother weaving mine in. There's our little stem. Let's put on a little leaf now. Let's take our leaf green color. We're going to make a slip knot and chain 4. Skip the first chain from the hook, slip stitch into the next chain, single crochet into the next chain, and work 5 half double crochet into the last chain. This will open up that last chain a little bit. You'll get a bit of a circle or a space. Don't worry about it. We're going to get rid of that momentarily. We're now going to work up the underside of the foundation chain. So you've got 2 left. You've got this little guy and this little guy. We're going to single crochet into the next foundation chain. That'll be opposite your other single crochet. We're going to slip stitch into the next foundation chain. That'll be opposite your slip stitch. Now we're going to chain 1. This gives us a definite leaf shape. You can ignore your little short tail. You can weave it in later if you want. We are now going to slip stitch down through the middle of this leaf. So you'll have a little intersection between your 2 slip stitches, your 2 single crochets, and the middle of your 5 half double crochets. Place your hook right through the leaf and slip stitch. Do it again and a third time. You can grab that little chain 1 that you made up at the top and pull, and you'll have a nice little bit of chain stitching running down the middle of your leaf. Then you're going to find the third leaf, or the third half double crochet. It'll be the one right at the bottom. Slip your hook through there, slip stitch, and chain 1. That is your little leaf. You can fasten off. Leave a little bit of tail. You're going to either just sew it to the bottom or right onto the edge of your stem, wherever you want. I like to sew mine to the bottom. You could even also slip stitch it in here if you don't want to sew, but this gives you a little bit of freedom. You can decide where you want your little leaf. You do not have to sew down the leaf. If you do want to sew down the leaf, leave a longer tail and you can sort of decide where it is you want to put it. You can trim or weave in the little short tail that's left. I'll just weave it in underneath a couple of little stitches back here, and then I'm going to trim what's left because that is the first little tail that I had. So I've worked over top of that. It should not want to come out. So I'm just going to weave it in underneath a couple of stitches and trim what's left. And then I'm probably going to sew my little leaf to the edge, nearly the bottom, but just sort of the edge of my stem. I want it to look like it's just kind of attached. So I don't want to make it too snug because I kind of like the idea of it floating around a little bit. I'm just going to weave it through that last, I'm sort of tying it into that last little stitch of the stem. Flip it over. I'm going to anchor that green yarn with a knot on the back of the apple. Again, this is an applique, so none of the stuff on the back is going to show. So I'm just going to make a little tiny knot back here, just so I know that my little sewing tail isn't going to come undone. There we go. And if you've got a lot of tail left over, you can trim it. Otherwise, you can just leave it there. And now your little apple applique has a leaf. Remember, when you're sewing down appliques, you can sew using all of the stitches along the outer edge, or you can sort of hide your stitches by using the little loops that are just underneath the outer edge. You can also do every other stitch. You can do maybe just the inner stitches if you want that sort of three-dimensional pop-out effect. You can skip sewing down the stem since it's so small. You can sew down the apple's leaf if you want it to be sort of in a very specific position. Or if you want a little bit of three-dimensional interest, you can let it float around above the applique. So it's entirely up to you how you want to use this little applique. And remember, a couple of these stitched together with a little bit of stuffing would be a very cute and simple little apple toy. You just need to make 2 apples, stuff them, and then add the stem and a single leaf, and that would be a very cute little toy to add to a play food collection. I hope you enjoyed making this little apple applique along with me today, and we'll see you soon here on the Jayda and Stitches Show. Until then, stay safe, stay crafty, and have a great week. Bye, guys!
Hi, everybody! Mr. and Stitches here. Thank you for watching today. Here are some of our other videos you might be interested in. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe.